Welcome to the latest episode of JM Garage. This week I'm going to show you how this car almost killed me and how I was lucky to walk away from the accident and how it happened. I'm going to show you the video and the mistakes I made that almost killed me. Let's have a look. So the damage is on the back of the car, right there. We've got a new boot lid to go on. It's all painted, fresh from the paint shop. Let's get into it. Okay, so on the job list we've got to transfer all this gear, so lock and handle mechanism, light, number plate. So first of all we'll start with the number plate light and its electrics. Next we'll move on to getting the hinges off the boot door. There we go. And then we'll get the boot lid onto the workbench so we can have a closer look at the lock mechanisms. Then the number plate needs to come off, ready to transfer onto the new door. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use the badges, but I'm going to take them off in any case, just in case we do. So let's get this new boot lid on the bench and start transferring these pieces over. I'm starting with the locking mechanism and handle. I'm not happy with the holes for the retaining screws for the locking mechanism, so I'm going to re-tap them out with a 5mm tap to put an M5 screw back in. Next up, I'm measuring up, taping up and marking out for the number plate alignment and fit. Once we're happy with the alignment and position, we're going to drill a couple of holes straight through the number plate and the boot lid at the same time. And then it's time to get out the rivet gun. Me and the rivet gun have got a history of scratching cars. If anyone's ever used these, I'm sure you can appreciate that. I'm pleased to say though this time it went really well, no scratches. Okay, now the reverse of what we just done, so the boot lid's going to go back on. We need to feed the number plate light cable back through its fitting. I've also added a grommet for protection of the cable. We need to put on the rubber gasket that protects the paintwork and also makes the light watertight from behind. And then the light housing can go back on. I always like to test the lights after fitting some electronics just to make sure they work, and then last job on is to fit the seal around the boot door. Very lovely. It's been a day. Managed to get the rear end back to looking half decent. So I'm here editing the video. I've just put in the clip of where the car hits me. I want to give a warning, it's a little bit graphic. I don't get too hurt. I was a little bit injured. It was short-term injury. Stupid mistake. I was in a rush. The weather had been really bad, so that my driveway was slippy, and I panicked because I blocked I have a shared driveway, and I panicked because I blocked the driveway and didn't want to disturb the neighbours. Foolishly, I got myself hurt. I damaged my car. Hopefully I've learnt my lesson, but let's see. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel for more mini mayhem. Let's watch this clip. Okay, so like I said, it had been raining. My car had been stuck on my driveway for 2 weeks with the handbrake on, and it's notorious for seizing, is the handbrake. So I tried to drive into the driveway to get it off, and that led me to this position right here. As you can see, I'm slipping, I can't get any grip. Oosh, it hurts to watch. There we go.